Hello, Angie.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to the mothership and to the In Conversation with the Crew. So I believe you're a Diamond member.
I am a Diamond member for I think for about I don't know 5 or 6 months maybe, or it could
Fantastic.
be longer. It
Could
could
be
be
long.
longer. Could be
Well, you're in for a good ride. So welcome. Welcome to your In Conversation today. My name is Michelle Smith from Angelic Healing. I'm an emotional well-being coach, helping people and supporting them to think and heal themselves happy. And today, as I say, I'm with the lovely Angie. You want to introduce yourself, Dan, and let everybody know who you are and what makes you happy?
Oh, well, you kind of see behind me. So I'm Angie Roberts. I'm a professional artist. My company is Angie Roberts Art. I make original art in acrylic and now some water soluble oils I've found.
Fantastic. I'm loving the
And,
backdrop, Angie.
pardon?
The backdrop is amazing.
The
Colours.
backdrop. Yeah, and I've got like this huge palette over that side with lots of paints, and it looks kind of organised for a change. And I had to dive in and get changed for my painting things, and my hair was all.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've made an effort. I've tried.
You look fantastic. You look fantastic. So what makes you happy then? It's obviously to do with your painting.
It's creating for me. I think as I create and as I express what I want to try and say, it's usually just manifest as I do something. I have an idea and then put the paint on the palette, and then it just goes, and then I lose hours. People knocking on the studio door and things like that.
Fantastic.
But what makes me happy is essentially creating. Every time that I've moved away from that specific path, I've just got like a little, when you get sidetracked or a little bit goes a bit wayward or whatever, that I get unhappy.
Yeah.
So I've just given in to the fact that this is what I should do.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, you're certainly very good at it. I love the colours. They're so vibrant, and you can see the energy in the creation. You use the word manifest there. It's one of my favourite words. So where does your idea come from to start a painting? What inspires you?
Colour one, and feelings that I get. So when I'm in the studio, I will listen to classic FM, classical music. Usually something will spark me there, or it's dreams. So I'm kind of big on dreams. So when I'm trying to work something out, it will manifest itself in my dreams.
Yeah.
And work it out. Usually it gives me an answer, or like I've been with the new moon this month. I've never been really kind of one for all the moon and the energy and the I haven't been like that, but I've totally opened myself up to the abundance that it would give you. And from this month's new moon on the 12th of April, I think I spoke to you, and I'd been up since 4 o'clock.
Yeah, well, I said to you, it came in at 3:30 a.m. and then you were up from 4.
I was up at 4 like some lunatic artist.
Full of energy.
Full of energy, and I did the same yesterday.
Wow.
I did exactly so. This kind of early phase of the new moon into the first quarter, I think I'm just going to have to jot it down on the calendar, because I'm just going to be like just creative.
Full on it. Well, lucky for us that you are. Absolutely fantastic. Do you want to give us a little bit about your background? How did all this manifest? Where did it all come from?
How did all of it happen? Well, so I've done some basic stats.
Oh.
And I've got some notes, but so I've always been creative. I would be the kid that going at Meisdy golf course with my sketchbook and my dog, to sketch the sunset, to just have alone time, just to breathe. And I used to sit on the like mound on the green and take my shoes off.
Oh, fab.
Just when all the golfers had been, obviously, because otherwise I would have had to duck quite a lot. And I used to be the other side on one of the practice kind of greens. Don't tell them, otherwise they'll probably do me now. And I used to just kick my shoes off, walk on the really nice kind of black grass, and just draw for ages. I used to be there until the sun went down.
How fabulous
is
that?
And then toddle back home.
Wow.
So it's always been with me, but I always take from the time that I was formally trained, as it were, or had some formal guidance in art. So that would have started in 1987.
You don't need to whisper. I left school in 86.
1987. So that was when I started GCSEs for 2 years.
Okay.
So from then till now is 34 years. I worked out yesterday.
Wow.
When I was up at 4 o'clock, I was just like, so how many hours would that equate to? How many whatever? And I was just going, oh my giddy. 34 years, and it's gone by like a flash.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So 10 years formal study. So where I began was GCSE, and I knew what I wanted to try and say, but it almost seemed like everything was too formalised around me. Do a still life of some bottles.
No, didn't do it for you.
Yeah, I'd off with the fairies. I was like, but I'd really like to draw, bottles with wings on and little birds in them, and or something, or different lands in them, and it'd be like away, and they'd go like, focus. I'm going like, I just can't. It's like no. So, and also they had really, really bad materials to work with. So like powdered paint and stuff like that. So when I was formally kind of training, so GCSEs, then we went to A levels, and I started. There were 2 girls that did A levels the year above me, who actually taught me how to paint a little bit more.
Wow.
So one had a very distinctive style of using like a dry brush, and she would dip it in, and it almost looked like ink quality. And I'd go, oh, I quite like a bit there. Oh, I quite like, and then I started to find out about art history.
Okay.
Art history and the paintings that had gone before me. I was like, oh my God. And then the world just started opening up and up and up and up, and it's still carrying on, which I love. So GCSE A levels, I did a foundation art course in Bangor, which then prepared me for how hard I needed to work for my degree and masters coming. I drew all day. I had 3 hours homework each night. I had 15 hours homework on a weekend.
Wow.
And that was intensive. It was intensive. I went to my degree interview with the top of my finger here sliced off, because I was like last minute mounting and had my finger like that and went like that when I was standing. I know. So that was me in the hospital with my arm up like that. I bled over some poor girl's work. It was like, I'm so sorry, like that. But yeah, so hospital, and then I had to get on the train the next day at 6 o'clock in the morning with my folder and whatever, with my finger all bandaged up. Yeah, oh God. And so, and then had to present it to a panel, outlaid my folder like that, and as I'm turning it, this one thing with my massive plaster. it was just like it was almost mesmerizing them. I was hypnotizing them to go, take me, you will watch my finger like that. I said, oh, there's always one each year that does that.
I'm sure you were hypnotizing and mesmerizing with your fabulous energy and your enthusiasm. I thought you were going to say, and as I did this, the bandage fell off.
No. Oh God, no. I yeah, I get, you know what, I'm just past getting embarrassed with anything. Good. Just past it.
Yeah, life's too short, isn't it?
It is, especially when your water's breaking the corner calf in Rose.
Oh,
that's probably another story. That's another story. But yeah, rich tapestry, should we say? Yeah. So from degree, went on from degree. So I was in degree in Norwich, Norwich Arts. Stop laughing.
Crying, laughing. Go on.
And then I moved. I did in my second year. I had the opportunity to go on an Erasmus exchange.
Oh no.
Erasmus. So they don't Erasmus exchange. So it was basically you could go to like a European destination and study for 3 months.
Okay, I've heard of that, but didn't know that's what it's called. But go on.
It's like a European exchange program.
Okay.
Now I think it's going to be called something different, obviously, with the leaving of the EU.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be called, oh, I think it's something beginning with T, and I can't remember what it is now. Anyway,
No
it's
matter.
left me. Anyway, so yeah, I had the opportunity to go and study abroad. So my tutor came to me and said on a Friday, Angie, I've got this one last opportunity, and you haven't put your name forward for the other ones. And I said, well, I didn't really want to go to Bilbao, or I didn't want to go to whatever. And he said, I've got this one last placement, and it's in Orléans in France, hour outside Paris. You'd be studying in the College of Beaux Arts, opposite the cathedral in Orléans. You would be near the Loire. And listen, I'm gonna give you until Monday to make a decision. And if you don't tell me that you want to go, I'll open it up to the rest of the year. I was like, oh. And I said yes.
There and then.
Yes. And I thought, I just felt it. I felt it in my bones and in my heart that if I don't do this, this is going to be one of those massive regrets. If I don't do this, my life will, this is where it won't go that way. So anyway, I copied down the address of where I was going to have to go and live the next week.
The next week? Wow.
Oh yeah, it was that quick. So I rang my mum that very evening and said, Mum, can you write down this address? And I said, it's so-and-so, well, I can't remember, Rue de la whatever in France, near a massive park in Orléans. And she goes, that's an address in France. I said, it is, yes. And she goes, oh, who lives there? And I said, I will be from Monday.
Fantastic. Wow.
And she said, for how long? I went, 3 months.
Oh.
Just speechless. I was like, I do tend to scare them quite a lot. I think they're so.
Why doesn't that surprise me, Angie?
Yeah, my mum and dad are quite safe. I think it's why I'm like this. not like this, but like this. So in my time in Orléans, I spent I couldn't speak the language. I managed to bluff my way with past the head of year, saying a few phrases in French, and he went, yeah, signed it off like that. There you go, off you go, on your way. I was like,
fantastic, well done, amazing story.
Threw myself into the culture, and then it changed my artwork completely. It still is about kind of connection with life, with stories and things like that, but it was more to do with changing everybody I knew into animals.
Oh.
And I think it's coming back round somewhere. It's coming. It's just exploding again in me. So I'm just like,
You've got so much passion. It's amazing. It's fabulous. We could do with bottling that enthusiasm and selling it, and getting everybody to be as passionate. So, how have you found it in the lockdown? Then, how did that affect you?
The first one wasn't too bad for me. I don't think it was that bad, because it was bright and sunny outside. We would have like a morning coffee together, me and the hubby. We would stop. So he's a lecturer in Coventry. So no, he's not a lecturer anymore. Sorry, he's assistant professor.
Oh, I say.
Likes his titles. And so he's been working at home as well. I've been working at home.
You're still creative though during the lockdown. It didn't bring you down.
For the first few weeks, I think it was just about balancing like family life as well, because your home became everything.
Oh yeah.
So I think it was carving out time that was difficult for me. And I think I reached a point within about 2 or 3 weeks of saying, I just need alone time.
Yeah.
I just need like an hour walk. I just need whatever. Otherwise I can't cope today.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. That's more people need to follow that for their well-being. Yeah.
But I think as we move through the conversation, the kind of different things that I have to employ now in order to have that mindset, have that kind, not rigidity, have the structure and the framework around what I do and how I create and when I create and what the year looks like for me. It's all a part of sort of my other background, which is project management. So it's the time when it's kind of just come together a little bit better.
Okay, perfectly leading us into, tell us a little bit more about that project management and how this is leading into the new 2021 and the next moon phase.
So the project management side, I project manage for the University of Leicester.
Okay, wow.
So I still do that half a week, half the side time of the week. So I have to be really, really structured in my creative time. So I will work in the evenings, I will work weekends, I will work any spare time that I've got, and I will disappear in here. The little one comes and paints as well. She's like 7.5, going on 18. She's got a great eye for colour, and she did say to me the other day, "Mummy, I want to be an artist just like you.
Oh,
I want to paint, but with my eyes closed, like exactly like you." I was like, I don't paint with my eyes closed. She goes, I know, but it looks free enough that you don't do it by looking. I was like,
that's an amazing observation from such a young girl.
Oh, I was like, okay. I said, is that a compliment, sweetheart? She went, yeah. I was like, okay, we'll take that as a win.
Yeah. But she's obviously got that creative flair as well to make that observation.
She's got a massive dragon spirit, honest to God. Flaming red head, passion. Oh, I pity the person who has to take her on in life. Oh, they'll have to be a right formidable character. But so project management and where this links in. It links in quite neatly because I've had to kind of put some structure around my airy fairiness.
Airy fairiness is great.
Because I can get lost, and I want to go in. I want to do so many things that I think by having and developing a series, as I did the Connection series that launched on the 1st of April, I think by setting myself a parameter, it gives me the scope to be freer. If that makes sense. It gives me the structure around what I do, that I have to be focused and it is towards something.
Yeah, and still with having that, I mean, obviously that creativity still needs to be flowing. You can't restrict that, but yeah, structure is important as well. Tell us about the collection that you just mentioned then that you launched.
My connections. So these, that one there.
Yeah.
This one, it didn't make it into the collection. This one.
Oh, why not? Oh, wow.
But because I think it's just got a different feel to the other ones. But this is based on my feelings of my granddad and my granddad's gardens. Even though it looks like two eyes, but it
looks like an owl. I was thinking about when you said about the animals coming back in. It made me think of an owl.
Do you know what? Maybe it's just doing it.
Yeah.
It's subliminally, isn't it? The connections ones. That's one.
Yeah.
So this is for me. So, and a lot of them have got stories connected with them as well. I'm just trying to move back there. This one,
wow, fantastic.
This one is called Brighton. Let me just be really thinking with it. So,
wow,
just vibrant.
It is so beautiful, that, isn't it?
But what I feel like I do is instead of I know that when I'm finished, when I start kind of going like this up against the canvas, and I'm going like this, and I start tinkering and messing about, and I just go, right, put it away. So that, for me, I think how it's happened is there's a whole kind of there's a whole journey of me sort of like working in a kind of a circle, or circles and circles. There's stories and stories, and this one was oh, I'm going to put it there. So
yeah,
I'll drop it. So it circles in circles, meaning stories and stories, and almost like a feeling of being cocooned in a moment,
mm-hmm.
or looking through something, like to a better time, a more prosperous time, knowing that nothing is quite forever. It's that for me. This one here is a mega one, and I've had this up in our bedroom for about a week or two now, and I keep seeing something different in it every time.
You will. Angie, do you dream in colour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivid. absolutely vivid, and I know I'm in trouble when I see slinky green cats. Honestly, I've got so sketchbooks are really, really important to me as well. I'll just reach across and get mine now.
Yeah.
So this is something I've been doing this morning.
Oh wow, and what's that feeling of?
It's leaping red herrings. I don't know this one. So I sketch in colour, so I have the palette as I'm working on it, and then I start sketch. But also, so these are kind of the beginnings of my sketchbook.
Fabulous. He's so creative.
Oh,
Does your mind ever still?
No.
So you do need these walks in nature to ground yourself then, don't you? Being so creative.
Yeah, I need that. It's like it is a form of meditation for me.
Yeah, it is grounding.
I can't sit there and meditate because I'll just fall asleep. I haven't got to the fact that I'll just be able to be restful and listen to my breathing. I'll just be off.
Yeah.
I'll just be off. So for me, meditation is I'll go in the bath and I will have the candle in front of me, and I can just visualize something, and slow my breathing, and just be in the moment. I've really struggled being in the moment.
Yes, it's difficult,
for a
especially
while.
when you've got so much going on in your mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun in there. It's fun time. But yeah, sketchbooks are really important to me. So I'm drawing and I'm thinking, and I tend to write a lot in them as well. I'm just trying to think of ones where. So I kind of write and do colour swatches.
Do you keep all these as well? Got a collection of them? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 34 years worth of these kind of. So that's the start of my sketchbook.
Fantastic.
And they're kind of like thick.
Thick,
so
yeah.
A minute, they're I like the fact that they're like they're a visual diary of where I am at any moment.
In colour as well. Never known anybody to sketch in colour. That's incredible. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and so none of them. Well, some of them might not make sense or anything, but the colourways and everything will
Lovely.
come in.
That's like a fishbowl.
I know.
The water energy swirling.
It will just come into play, and I'll go, oh, I get that feeling from them, or I'll get articles. I even made my own colours the other day.
Oh wow.
So there's red onion, turmeric, tea, coffee. So is something. So if I want to be free and I don't really want to, because I'm right-handed, if I want to be freer, I swap to my left.
Oh
and
gosh.
I get a tool from nature, so like a stick or something, and just kind of go like that first.
You really have found your purpose, haven't you?
I found something so
unique.
It's just joyful. It's really joyful. It's I can't deny this is what I was here to do.
Yeah, I can feel it. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, so much love around your energy.
I think I was so, but basically I was even put off kind of coming to network shape, putting myself forward of going, I'm not really in business. I'm just doing what I like. Until I was just like, I am in business. I've been in business quite a long time. Because I've been doing commissions for people. I've been, creative all my life, and then gathering a series together and then going, oh my word, the catalyst for that was was that time. This is how it was made, and this is how it's moved on. And I can see these whole journeys just all moving around me. It's
Absolutely fantastic. How exciting to see somebody so passionate and so loved up and enthusiastic about what you're doing in this time where most people are fearful and they've withdrawn and they're a bit anxious about what the future looks like. And Angie, you're just popping off the page like the colours in your canvas.
I think for me as well, I've just I found two amazing art mentors as well that mentor artists, professional artists, And I've done a couple of free challenges that they do, so over a 5-day duration.
Yeah.
I was really skeptical. I was put in touch with them by Louise Barson from Network.
Fabulous. Love Louise.
Oh, love Louise. We had a Zoom last week.
Oh.
But so and she said, have you seen or been involved with Lee and Paula? You could probably benefit. And I was like, never heard of them. And she says, oh, they're mentors for artist professionals. They're really good at what they do, talk loads of sense. And I was thinking, I've the business kind of mentoring and the business advice that you would get in I don't know, like a council service and whatever, never really worked for me. It would always be it would just be mega boring.
Not creative enough for you. It's not free enough for you. Yeah.
No, I would be mega bored, and I'd go, oh my God, I know this is so important, and I know that I need to do this if I want to make a business. And they're going, oh well, you can't do this before this step, and you can't do this before this has happened, and you can't. And I was like, I'm sick of this can't do nonsense.
Yeah, I was thinking that you don't do can't, do you?
I can't do for 20 odd years of me saying, oh, but you can't do that. Oh, because a negative chatter in your head, and I'm not having it.
Good girl, well done, fantastic. And you can see, and
yeah.
look where it's taking you though. Look at your journey. Yeah,
I know. Yeah, so I think the art mentors as well, what they've provided, as well as the fantastic network of Network She, and I see everybody's stories and how they're doing things. For me, I needed somebody who'd been there, done it, to come and just give me nuggets every now and again.
Yeah.
Shout at me when I need to be shouted, kick my backside when I need to be kicked. I did a webinar with them, I think about 2 weeks ago, where I thought, I don't really need that. Oh, how wrong was I? I thought, I've got my pricing strategy fine. And they were just going, oh, and so I wrote on the chat, oh, and I was thinking through it. I was thinking, oh my God. So part of this webinar was that they were going to have a look at your website in advance of this webinar and give you some pointers about your pricing strategy, or how easy it would be to purchase from you, or what does purchasing from you really mean?
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh God. And through it, I was like typing, going, don't kick my butt too hard. And they said, and then so both of them got on and they were like, Angie, as much as we love you, you're gonna get your ass kicked. I was like, oh yeah. I was just like, and they were just going, and they were like, know your worth.
Yeah. We all struggle with that, don't we? There's so many of us that struggle with that.
I think in previous times I feel so complimented and so happy that somebody likes anything that I go, oh, just have it.
Yeah.
Have it.
Yeah, you can't run a business like that.
No, I've come to realise that.
It doesn't pay the bills, does it?
It doesn't help in Tesco going, would you like this? I have all this shopping, please. And they'd just be like, oh my God, they'd throw me away. But I think what they've given me is you've done all this you've done years of study. It's not just the study though, it's the everything around it. It's the
some value on yourself. Yeah.
And they were going, no, you're worth. I'm like, oh. So I felt proper shouted at, so I had to go back, review my prices, which is where I did some really like hard soul searching. And I looked at Art Finder, I looked at Etsy, I looked at Saatchi Art, which is what I've recently joined.
Okay.
So to have a look at kind of the marketplace and where you want to be and where you're pitched and things like that. And I was just like, I am there. I know I'm there. And it was just that something like light went on, and I went, oh, it's like I'm not playing at this. I'm not having can't do it anymore.
Yeah, well done.
I can't not do it. So I think the making of the business, or the seeds in it, were that I'd put myself off essentially for a number of years of not good enough. you haven't got a body of work to show, you need to make it a proper business.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had a proper business all along.
Yeah, you can do everything else as you go along, but I did the same right in the beginning. Another course, oh, just another course. Oh, I want to do this. Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I have to be 100% at something before I'll go, yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah. But look at you now, fantastic. You couldn't question any of that work, for heaven's sake. It's so unique, Angie. That's what I love about it. It's so unique.
I haven't the influences that I have in my artwork. So, you know, I love reading about like art history, which is, you know, one of those very reasons is why Avon, my child, has her name. So
go on, tell us that story.
My favourite artist, Gauguin, lived with, so when I was pregnant, shall I say, I was reading this really cool book called The Yellow House, which is when Gauguin went to live with Van Gogh for a while in a place called Arles in France, which is where Van Gogh had his, I don't know, his mental health was up and down anyway, but he had a bit of a trauma, and that was the ear incident at the end. That's why Gauguin decided to leave. However, Gauguin before that had established an art colony in a place called Pont-Aven. So Avon is the name of our daughter.
Oh, how beautiful.
Because I wanted something unique. I wanted something that drew me to the art side of things. I wanted something that was unique but not off the wall.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like nobody has that name. She is completely unique as well. So I think, you know, art is part and parcel of what I do, live, breathe, create, because I have to. And I think the whole purpose for me is I never want to die.
Oh gosh, I hope not.
I never want to die. Never ever want to leave this plane. However, my body will give up at some point, and it's inevitable. But hopefully my soul in each and every single one of these
lives on.
It lives on, so hopefully.
Well, of course, energy just never dies, does it? It's matter, and it just changes form. So beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Well, what does 2021 look like for you then, as we get into this next phase?
I think 2021 was painful to begin with, because we went into another lockdown again. I desperately wanted to see parents. Yeah. You know, they're back in Wales. So I was born and brought up in Llandudno, lived in Ross-on-Sea, and moved here 6 years ago. So I was painting mountains and things like that prior to that, and I had to find my new expression, and it took a while coming. 2021 looks like I had to give myself some focus. So through the pandemic as well, we lost our family dog in August. And pets are really important to me as well, our little fur babies. I sadly lost my cat Snowy in early January, and it sent me into like a dark bit. And not you know, amazingly, I was just trying to tick things over and just trying to do the homeschooling, the tea, you know, real life, and not the Angie bubble. However, I needed some structure. So what I decided was that I was going to, come hell or high water, produce at least 10 pieces of work before the 1st of April and make them into a series.
And then you did it. You manifested it.
I did it, made it happen. And then when I put them together like this, I was like, I look at some of them. It's like, you know, I look at anything. So like, I'll just pick up another one.
Wow, like, they're beautiful. Wow, that's a deeper feeling colour, isn't it?
Oh, do you know, I've got 3 of them that have got darker backgrounds, and I have no idea how that happened. I think I've just painted and kept going. So I'm going to get a new series out. I'm going to get, because so these. Oh, I wonder if you can see. So the 3.
Oh gosh, there's so many more. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the 3 on the top were from the Action series. The 3 on the bottom are new ones, and the one in the middle was just finished today.
Wow, that looks like
And
a face in the middle. And
I know, I can see a face as well, and I call it kind of like the influence of the moon, but she hasn't got a name yet.
it's back to the owl for me. I'm looking to Tawny owl in there.
Oh yeah. And then
It's
I come
softer, isn't it? It's softer feel in the centre of
it's very expressive. And so the lines as well in there for me as I'm working in things and as I'm intuitively working, some of it goes like really watercolory,
yeah,
and so it will drip, so I just leave them because they're a part of the journey.
yeah.
I leave them because they're a section of what has happened in the creation of making it, and it just has something else to it. When I've used the watercolor, the water mixable oils as well, they're a lot easier to try. And I love calligraphy. I love kind of like art, writing and things like that. So even my handwriting's quite flowy, and
Yeah, I should imagine so. Fantastic, absolutely amazing.
New series in September 2021. So it'll be April series, September series, commissions for May and June, commissions for October, November, because I don't think I'm really constrained by the marketing for Christmas and stuff like that. I don't work that way.
Yeah.
I work in originals only for the time being, because I feel that you really have to live and breathe them and have them to really, really get to know them and make your own connection with them.
You know, Angie, I've got to say something, because when you were talking earlier about the meditation, you struggle to be in the moment. Your painting is your meditation. That's you in the moment.
And I go back to them and think, wow, it's like it's happened on its own.
I can see that. You're amazing, absolutely fantastic, such an inspiration. Your energy. I've said that before. We could just buckle it, and I've got a feeling your little girl is a bit of a mini you, a little bit of a mini me.
I call it a
little firecracker. So,
So in any of my social media posts, if I refer to the hurricane, it's her.
Oh, right. Okay. Fabulous. Okay. So any hints or tips for the ladies listening in the mothership or in their business or coming out of COVID? Anything in particular come to mind? Any nuggets?
Well, I think there's no normal anymore. There is no normal. There never has been a normal. Everything was always, we were striving for something else or looking forward to something else, or when this is better, whatever. Like, don't do I can't anymore. Make a plan. Make a plan and give yourself the opportunity to get your mindset straight. When you love yourself, you give to yourself, you give to others far in abundance. So I think make a plan, make sure that you take your health and well-being really seriously. Meditate, walk, whatever, listen to a piece of music in the bath, close the door, lock the door, and just be, it will come to you.
Yeah, fantastic. Amazing advice as well. And the other thing that's coming from you, when you said before, it's just pure joy. I think be in that joy, know your purpose, and be authentic to yourself.
It's the authenticity of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and knowing that is your purpose. That is your purpose, and it's always been there. And I've denied it for many years, and it's now that I've just gone, I'm 47 and 3/4.
3/4 is so important.
With the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old still.
Yeah.
and with my kind of partying kind of energy of still being 18, and my body just kind of it's slowly kind of creaking.
I don't believe that for a minute. I think I've always say this: our paths will bound to cross in the mothership, and I keep saying fingers and toes crossed, everything else crossed, that Ruth will hire this whole hotel when we're able to, and we can all meet each other, and I've got to share a drink with you, and because you are a party girl, I can see that.
Oh, you know, get out of hand. I get out of hand. In my wedding, I was dancing in my wedding dress in Carhian Hall, and then jumped off the sofa in my wedding dress.
Yeah, okay.
That kind, yeah, it might get a bit messy.
Oh, Angie, it's been an absolute pleasure, an absolute scream. Enjoying listening to your amazing story. So inspirational, so creative, and you've got so much more to give. You keep spreading that love. The joy that's just oozing out of you is so infectious, and we need to see more of that. So absolutely gorgeous, and really enjoy. So where can we find you? I've been following you and your posts and liking your page, but the rest of the diamonds want to do the same. Go on, give yourself a plug.
Okay, so my Facebook page is Angie Roberts Art, and I think it's got a separate art on it as well, because the first one was taken. So it's Angie Roberts Art on my Facebook business page. It's for my main website, it's www.angierobertsart.com. For Instagram, Angie Roberts Art, you'll find me, and I keep doing random lives and things, and walking by the canal and look at this duck, or look at the sky. Yeah.
Yeah, don't stop doing that either. It's beautiful. I'm sure we'll see that pop out in your artwork soon, and we'll see you more on the mothership as well.
Oh yeah, and I refer to this place, my little studio, as the Bright Side HQ.
Oh, very nice, perfect. Yeah.
So welcome.
Oh, thank you, darling. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Bye.